It took me 5 years to figure out this breeding hack, but I'm gonna teach it to you guys in less than 15 minutes. Ever wondered how to breed Oscar cichlids at home? Well, in this video, I'll show you step by step how I paired my tiger and copper Oscars, set up the perfect conditions, and got them to lay eggs. If you've ever wanted to see fry in your own aquarium, this is the video that you don't want to miss. So stick around and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what happens next. New to the channel, thanks for watching Pond Saga 5. Yo, if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching Pond Saga 5. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I'm really excited about. I'm gonna walk you step by step through how to breed Oscar fish. When it comes to breeding Oscar fish, the tank is the foundation and you want to at least have a 75-gallon aquarium for a breeding pair. These fish are large, messy, and territorial, so the more space the better. I like to keep the setup pretty simple. A bare bottom tank will be easier to clean. Oscars will choose flat surfaces to lay their eggs on. You can use slate tile or large stone, but in this case I chose to use a clay saucer. I also keep the water temperature between 80 and 85 degrees. So right here, these are the couple, and as you can see right here, she has some scales missing right here, and it seems to be really soft. I don't know where that's coming from, but this is the female right here. How you can tell is her head is a little bit more narrow than the male, which is he has a hump right here. Scales are missing right here. One of her fins, let me see, look like her fin may have healed up a little bit on that side, but I don't know why she's missing scales right there. But these are my babies right here, so I gotta go ahead and take care of them. Man, she is really pretty. This is my female tiger Oscar and my male copper Oscar. This is a formed breeding pair, so I didn't have to do any guesswork. But when it comes to breeding Oscars, one of the toughest parts is telling males from females. But here are some clues that might help you out. And he is a little bit bigger, and I think I do see a hump. Yeah, this is the male. See how that he has that big hump right there on his head right there? The female, her head is has a little slope. You guys see that? That's how you can basically tell the Oscars apart the easy way. When they get larger, other people, they do different things like look under the bottom of them and try to figure out, you know, what genitalia parts they have. That works as well, but from the other videos that I've seen, this definitely may be the female. Man, they're so pretty. Oh man, the eggs are gonna be, the babies are gonna be so pretty when I hatch them. All right, hold on guys. When it comes to filtration, you want something strong enough to handle the waste load, but not so powerful that it creates a strong current. You can use a canister filter, but from my personal experience, I'd rather just use a hang-on back filter accompanied by some air stones. But once the eggs are actually laid and the fry start to hatch, I switch up my filtration method, and I'll show you that later in this video. But for now, let's move our breeding pair. So here I have the couple right here, and we're gonna do this transfer. Let's start moving them. You think they're gonna let me move them? Let me see. Okay. You're pretty good, right? You're big. Okay. Fish big. Fish go splash. You know what? All right, we're gonna do it like this. Cause you're not gonna make it easy on me. So we're gonna do it just like this right here. There you go. Wow. One down. Come on, big buddy. Man, you're bigger than that. Come on. Get in here. Whoa. All right. All right, there you go. Wow, look at that. Ooh, we successfully got them into this cage, or this tank, 75 gallons. So we'll see if the magic happens.
Water quality is one of the most important parts of breeding Oscars. Keep their water warm between 80 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The pH should stay between 6.5 and 7.5 with soft to medium hardness. The real key here is consistency. Do 20 to 30% water changes every week. Clean, stable water is what really encourages breeding. Here's a little hack. Sometimes doing a water change that's a few degrees cooler than the actual aquarium will trigger spawning. It mimics rainfall in their natural habitat. But don't overdo it, stability still matters. Now let's talk about conditioning. This means getting your Oscars into peak health so that they're ready to spawn. You should feed them a high protein diet. Things like earthworms. Earthworms are loaded with protein and amino acids, fueling your Oscars with the energy and strength needed for spawning and fry care. Crickets. Crickets mimic the live prey that Oscars eat in the wild, boosting protein intake and stimulating natural breeding behavior. Shrimp. Shrimp not only supply protein, but also carotenoids, which enhance coloration, which is an important sign of health and readiness to breed. High protein pellets. High protein pellets provide a stable foundation of nutrition, conditioning your Oscars, consistent fertility, and strong egg development. As they get closer to breeding, keep an eye on their behavior. Courtship can look a little rough. Lip locking, nudging, chasing are all normal. One of the biggest signs when they're ready to breed is when they both start cleaning off a flat surface. Often lip locking and wiggling when they're ready to start to breed. When your Oscars are ready, the female will lay hundreds, sometimes thousands of eggs on a flat surface that they have cleaned, and the male follows closely behind to fertilize them. The fertilized eggs will be a tan color and the non-fertilized eggs will be a white color. During the hatching process, I prefer to hatch the eggs in a separate tank that is 10 gallons because it's easier for me to manage. If your Oscars lay their eggs on a flat surface, you just sit the flat surface in another aquarium just like this, and you add an air stone so it can mimic the parents fanning the eggs to promote them to hatch. And when they fan the eggs, they keep things like the unfertilized eggs away, and they keep like debris and fungus and different things from spreading on the eggs. In the event where your Oscars choose to lay their eggs on the bottom of the tank, or if they lay them like on a stone, all you have to do is remove the adult Oscars and just add an aeration stone on the bottom just like this, so we can also mimic the mom and dad fanning the eggs. By day 3, the eggs should hatch. I've used methylene blue to prevent fungus, but I've had better hatch rates without it. The real key is clean, stable, well aerated water. You can already see that some of the eggs have movement, and you can see some wiggling inside. And if you look a little bit closer, you can actually see the tails start to move. So this is a sign that a lot of these eggs are fertile and are hatching. The eggs that look like there's some kind of cotton on them are the infertile eggs, and that is fungus starting to take over. What I like to do in this stage is use a turkey baster to suck up the unfertile eggs and to get rid of a lot of this fungus, because this extra waste in here starts to pollute the water and it can be very dangerous for the fry that are trying to hatch. So I would typically do a 20 to 50% water change, and I would use the water from an already established aquarium because the water parameters will be a lot safer, and make sure that the water temperatures are around the same. In my experience, when I've added fresh water from the faucet and put water conditioner inside of it, it killed a lot of the fry. By the end of day 3, all the eggs that were meant to hatch will have hatched. On day 4, what you will notice is you'll have a bunch of fish fry with egg yolk sacs attached and wiggling on their sides. And you don't need to feed them for about the next 5 days because they will survive off that egg yolk. What you will also notice is that every day that goes by, these fish are steadily growing. It's been 6 days since I put the eggs in the aquarium, but the fry are only 3 days old. And right now I'm going to do a 20% water change. Even though these fish aren't eating, they're still peeing and pooping because they're getting nutrients from their egg sacs. They are still producing waste. And it's very important as fry that they have the cleanest, most stable water possible because they're very sensitive. So the cleaner the water is, the better it is for them, and that many won't die off. On day 7, what you will notice is the egg yolk sacs that are attached to the fry are starting to get smaller, and the fish are starting to get bigger, which indicates that they will probably be free swimming soon. On day 8, the fish fry are now free swimming. A lot of them are starting to free swim. You can notice that, they're moving around a lot more. They're free swimming. So when they start to free swim, that's the indication that their egg yolk sac is at its end, because now they are lighter and they're able to be buoyant. So this is the time that you want to start to feed them. Sometimes it can be quite challenging and a little confusing when you're trying to determine if they are actually free swimming. So here's what I discovered. If I see the babies moving around and they're not, on their side, and if I see one that's able to free swim, then that means that the rest will soon follow suit. So whenever you see these little fish fry like this, on the bottom, and you see their tails moving and they're able to move back and forth and they aren't laying on their side, that counts as free swimming. When the fry are this small and you want to feed them their first meal, I just keep it simple and I feed them first bites. You could also pinch up some small fish flakes and crush them up so they're even smaller, and then you could feed the fish like that, which I've also been successful at doing that as well. And you could also hatch some baby brine shrimp to feed them as well, but I find it a lot easier if I just feed them first bites. These guys just started to free swim, and today I will be showing you how to feed them first bites for the first time. So you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need a little cup, or if you don't have a little cup, you can use a top from off of a water bottle or a juice bottle. You're gonna need some first bites, and you're gonna need a syringe. Take a little pinch of first bites or a little scoop, put it inside the cup like this. Then the next thing you're gonna do is use your syringe. You're gonna suck up some water from out of the tank. You're gonna put some in here, just like so, and you're gonna swirl it around, and then you're gonna suck up the first bite. So this right here makes it easier to target feed these fish. Next, all you're gonna do is turn off your air stone or sponge filter so that the food doesn't fly all over the place. All you're gonna do now is put the syringe inside of the aquarium, and you're going to hover on the top of the fish fry, and you're going to release the food. And you're going to repeat this 2 or 3 times a day. Hey, if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment below. And if you're breeding fish or into fish keeping, you'll definitely want to see my next video. Just click on the end screen. I share my personal experiences and the mistakes that I made so that you won't have to. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for watching Pond Saga 5.